Hi everyone, this is Leni and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Today you're watching a Sims 4 speed build of an Alte Mühlhaus, and I'm gonna tell you about the family that I imagine living here, or let's say the family that lives here in my gameplay, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the struggles I have. This is the first part of this build, because I decided to split it into exterior and interior. This is the exterior video because it was a very long build. I had like, I don't know, 12 hours of recording, maybe not 12, maybe 10, but it was a lot of cutting work to do, so I decided to split it. And I worked a lot on the exterior, on the terrain, and this is something I don't do often because I often struggle with the terrain tools, but I think it turned out pretty nice and I'm very proud of this build because it's not very big from the inside, but I did a lot of exterior work with the landscaping, with the terrain, with terrain paint. Here you can see that I worked on different levels to make the exterior look more interesting, also with the little creek outside, with the watermill wheel, and I saw a picture on Pinterest that I used for inspiration. It was a drawing of a mill house, and I used this as an inspiration, but it's not like all the same. There was no creek, but there was this little storage area behind the house that I built on the highest level. This could be the storage area for what they are producing in the mill, like mostly flour, I think. And this is not a functional mill. Well, it's functional, but it's not like used as a everyday work, let's say it that way. They just keep the mill functional and they keep it beautiful and make it look good, like some kind of museum. And they live here, but they also make it public space so people can come and take a look at the mill and how it worked back in the days. The mill is functional, it can produce some flour, but they don't have their own fields, so they are not producing flour in an industrial way. They have a little chicken coop here for some chickens, so they have eggs, and they have also a place to fish. They can fish in this creek. So I imagine here lives 2 adults, which are best friends, and he is a fisherman. He can fish in the little creek, and she is actually a mermaid, and she was swimming in this little creek, like she maybe got lost or maybe didn't know how to get home. So the family that lived here like adopted her, and she is the best friend now of the now grown up guy who lived here with the family. And I also imagine that the grandfather of that guy also lives here still. So he will have his own room and the 2 adults will have their own room. But of course you can make one room a children's room or even a toddler room. That's just how it is in my gameplay. So now I'm doing some patios. I thought it would be pretty cool to have several patios and all connected with stairs. I really liked it and I think it makes it very interesting and unique. The part in the back will be the mill. I also later created the wings or the sails, I guess, the sails of the windmill. So you have a watermill and a windmill in this build. Now I'm already doing the roofs, something I still struggle with, but I think it turned out okay. And here I wanted to connect the mill with the storage area I was talking about and extended it a little bit. Later, when I'm doing the interior in the mill, I will notice that the actual mill is on the lowest level and the storage is 1 level higher. And so I did a little trick to let it make sense. This little thing on the side I imagined was something for birds, like a dove house, maybe. I think I saw that on like old farmhouses, like just some space where the doves live and where they can fly in and out. That's why the windows don't have glass, so they just can fly in and fly out. I wasn't sure what to do with it later, so I turned it into a little toilet house, but it turned out pretty cute. Now I'm painting the walls, the outside walls. I wanted to have different paints on the outside because I thought maybe the house was always added a bit and they didn't always have the same stones or the same wood, so I make it look a little bit built together. And here I'm now working on the windmill sails. This is this object, this debug object, I think it's a fence actually. I didn't keep that, I switched it out with another object because the tool mod didn't let me rotate it. So this is the thing I'm using now. I think it's from Get Together. I don't really know what it is. It's actually I think some piece of a stone piece of a ruin, but I don't know why it is so flat. But I don't really care, it looked good as a sail for the windmill. I used the tool mod to place it the right way. It was quite a struggle, it took me, I don't know, a whole day just to build these windmill sails, but I'm very satisfied with the outcome. The shadings will make it look different later because I changed the reshade preset. Here I'm placing some more grass and bushes. You will see that I'm doing that now and then. It's not quite structured. Just when I see, oh, that's a nice flower, let's put some of them here and there. So I'm switching a lot between the different areas. Now I'm adding some vines and ivy to the walls because every building I'm doing has to have ivy. It just looks cozy and I don't know, I like this overgrown style. Maybe someday I will do a modern build and that will not have ivy, but I'm not sure about that. So later you will see that on the front patio I will have some space where the grandfather that lives here sells his woodworking stuff. He's doing the woodworking and makes sculptures. And I think that's a cute idea because when they have visitors that want to see the mill, they can also buy some sculptures on the front patio, and that's what I imagined for this building. Also, there's a lot of grass. Like every empty corner has this grass, but I think it fits perfect. Here's another door in the fence, so they can also access the back garden from the storage area. I wanted to have different back doors and ways to enter the different areas because I would think that's interesting for a building to have several ways the Sims can walk. And here you can see the little gazebo I built. I don't know, I just thought it looked cute, and a little sitting area for everyone to relax in the same wood color that the main house has. And the gazebo, of course, is covered in ivy. As you can see, I cut out a lot of time where I placed the grass. You can see here that all the hills and the spaces that I didn't use the debug rugs for are covered in this grass, just to hide the terrain and make it look more realistic, I think. And here I placed some planting pots for some gardening, but it's not a lot. I thought they have a lot to do with the mill and keeping it work. They won't have a lot of time for gardening. And this is the storage area. I just placed some clutter here, some sacks and some boxes and everything, just to make it look like a not very organized storage room. But everything has its place, everything is here. I added some chicken food, or I don't know, maybe it's chicken food or flour or grains, whatever. I definitely wanted to have a well. It's from Cottage Living. Also from this pack is the little bike you just saw and the signs. This is it for the exterior. Soon I'm gonna upload the second part with the interior. Yeah, till that, thank you for watching. If you have any tips, just put it in the comments down below. Also, if you want to download this build, you can grab it from the gallery. My ID is dionymoth. And yeah, now the screenshots from the exterior. Bye bye!